By 2026, the term AI engineer might not even exist. It will probably just be engineering. But right now, we're in a gold rush, and I see most developers digging in the wrong spot. If you are building basic chatbots, you're already behind, and I think you already know that. The industry has moved on. We aren't just building text anymore, we are building agentic systems that reason, plan, and execute. Now, if your portfolio looks like a tutorial wrapper that you copied from YouTube, you are definitely in trouble. So today we are going to fix your roadmap. We are going to cover exactly what you need to learn to be relevant in 2026, and more importantly, the specific mistakes that are guaranteeing that you won't be hired. So welcome back, and before we lay out this plan, we have to clear up the biggest misconception in the industry. If you've been looking at job descriptions, you're probably confused. Some ask for PhD in computer vision, others ask for React and Python. Here's the truth. Real AI engineering is not machine learning engineering. An ML engineer or a data scientist lives on the left side of the API. They curate data, train models from scratch, and obsess over loss functions. Now, an AI engineer lives on the right side of the API. Your job is not to derive the chain rule, it is to force the large language model to act like a reliable software component. And because these starting points are so different, you cannot follow a generic roadmap. This is actually why I love what DataCamp has done with their new career tracks. They recognized that a developer needs different skills than a data scientist to reach the same goal. If you're a coder looking for a clear, structured roadmap, check out their Associate AI Engineer for Developers track. It's specifically designed for developers moving into AI engineering. It skips the math and dives directly into the right side of the API, Open AI API, the Hugging Face, LangChain, RAG architectures, and Pinecone embeddings. You'll work on building practical applications such as chatbots and semantic search systems using LLMs and vector databases. It's one of the few programs that I've seen that directly tackles the common pitfalls that tend to hold people back. The track includes around 26 hours of interactive content spread across 9 core courses, along with several cohort projects. It was updated in October 2025, so you can tell that it is really up to the point. What stands out to me the most is the inclusion of LLM ops, which is essential and often overlooked by a large number of courses. That means learning how to deploy applications safely, implement rate limiting, monitoring systems to prevent failures, and handling security properly. The critical skills when you are building AI products that real users rely on. If you're coming from math or data background, they also have a separate Associate AI Engineer for Data Scientist track. Now, this fills your specific gaps, teaching you software design principles and patterns and production deployment that you might have missed in academia. So the learning experience is very interactive and hands-on, which is great for gaining experience as fast as possible. I've linked both tracks in the description. Pick the one that matches your background and you will save yourself months of guessing. And speaking of guessing, that brings us to mistake number 1, the math trap. I see so many developers pausing their careers to spend 6 months on Coursera trying to learn deep learning theory. Now, unless you plan on working at OpenAI or DeepMind, actually building GPT-5 or 6, stop doing this. You're optimizing for the wrong career. Instead of calculation, focus on intuition. You need to know what a token is, how embeddings represent meaning, and the difference between temperature 0 and temperature 1. But you don't need the math. Step 1 of your roadmap is foundations. To start with Python. It's, in my opinion, non-negotiable. If you come from Java or C# background, you do need to learn Python, specifically asynchronous programming and typing with libraries like Pydantic. You need to master the SDKs for OpenAI and Anthropic, and no, Prompt engineering isn't just writing good sentences, it's about system prompts, few shot prompting, and forcing the model to return a response so your code doesn't break. Now, once you know Python, you'll be tempted to make mistake number 2, the toy app portfolio. Now, if your portfolio consists of Titanic database or a basic chat with PDF wrapper, you're not standing out. This is the hello world of AI. Hiring managers in 2026 don't care if you can call an API. They care if you can handle production complexity. A wrapper breaks when the model hallucinates. A system handles that failure. You need to be the one building that system. Now, to move from wrapper to system, step 2 of the roadmap is RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. This is how we give the AI memory and factual data. You need to learn vector databases like Pinecone, pgvector, pick one. But more importantly, you need to understand the ingestion pipeline. The real engineering is figuring out how to take the messy enterprise data, the PDFs, the wikis, the internal documents, chunk them, embed them, and then store them efficiently. And here's a pro tip. Don't just rely on vector search. Production systems use hybrid search, combining old school keyword search with semantic search to get the best results. Instead of building a chatbot, build a customer support ticket triage system that connects to a real database, pulls user history, and drafts a response. That is engineering. Now we get to the most important shift. Mistake number 3 is thinking that LLMs are just text generators. If you think ChatGPT is an agent, you're wrong. ChatGPT is a chatbot. An agent is a system that uses an LLM to reason, plan, and execute actions to achieve a goal without you holding hand. Step 3 of the roadmap is agency. This is the future. An agent has 3 core components. The brain, which is your LLM that plans the steps. Number 2 is the tools, your hands, APIs, your calculators, your web browsers. And number 3 is orchestration, the nervous system that loops through the process of thought, action, observation, and new thoughts. You need to learn function calling. This is how you give the AI permission to execute code or search the web. Now look into frameworks like LangGraph or Crew AI or Microsoft Semantic Kernel. But a warning here is don't get lost in the frameworks because there are many out there. They change every week. Focus on the pattern, specifically the React pattern, reason and act. If you understand the pattern, the tool doesn't matter. This brings us to the final fatal mistake. Mistake number 4 is ignoring evals and operations. Now, traditional software was deterministic. If 2 plus 2 is 4 today, it will be 4 tomorrow. AI is non-deterministic, especially with large language models. It is probabilistic. If you run the same prompt twice, you might get a different answer. How do you unit test a vibe? If you don't have an answer to that question, you aren't ready for the job interview. Step 4 is production. You cannot just eyeball the outputs. You need data. First is observability. You use tools like LangFuse or Arise. You need to see the trace of every AI call. What was the latency? What was the cost? What was the exact input that broke the bot? Second is evals. You need to create a data set of golden questions and run your model against them every time you change the code. We use a technique called LLM as a judge, where we use a smart model like GPT-4 to grade the answers of your application. So, to recap, here's your map for 2026. Start with the foundation, Python and APIs, move to architecture, which is RAG and vector databases, evolve into agency, which is tools and orchestration, and finally, harden it with production ops like evals, monitoring, operations. Don't let the hype distract you. The best AI engineers are just great software engineers who learned how to tame the chaos that LLMs create. Focus on building, ship small, iterate fast, and build systems that solve real problems. That portfolio of real, messy, complex systems is what gets you hired. If you're ready to start, you have all the links that I mentioned in the description below. If you stuck around this far, you probably like this video, so give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more such content. Thank you. Bye.